A very good morning to everyone. Good evening for some. Thank you for being here. Happy Thursday, and you're very welcome. And I'm very grateful for your presence. Well, today only a beautiful friend of mine shared, and then my focus went on today's date. It is 4/4 and then 8. So if I say there's a lot of fours today. And some people address it as a portal of 44, or I really do not know what that means. It feels good to know. So I have no information and no knowledge, but I'm just happy that, oh, wow, okay, there is a specific numerological date today, and we are having our meditation today. So great. There's no reason per se to be happy about something. So a person who has the art of feeling happy or joyful in anything, you can find that. And I'm very grateful to all of you whose cameras are on and who are sharing such brilliant smiles. Smile reaches, and I have personally felt that a genuine smile that's coming from the heart per se, for no reason, it directly touches here. So thank you. Let's begin with the invocation. Be receptive, close your eyes, be aware of your heart, be aware of the heart that smiles, be aware of the mind, be aware of the crown, and be aware of the entire creation. And try to be aware of the one who created this creation. Spiritually, we are all connected and one. And it's beautiful if we can feel that too. The great supreme being, Divine Father, Divine Mother, Heavenly Father and Divine Mother, to my beloved spiritual teacher, to all the beloved spiritual teachers, to all the holy gurus, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, spiritual helpers, to the invisible helpers, to the hierarchy of angels, to the spiritual sun, the central sun, to the solar angel, to our guardian angels, to the angel assigned to the Triangles Blessing team, to our homes, our family, our lineage, the beings there specifically for today's session, the beings who are taking care of all the Archangel meditation session, the beings of love, the beings of wisdom, discernment, the willingness and the inner strength to apply practically in our life whatever we learn. The beings of connectivity, technology, and the beings of resources, because of whom we can be here. And we are here. The beings of light present in our rooms right now. We are very grateful for your presence. We are very grateful for your blessings, for your contribution at all levels. With deep gratitude, with immense respect, and with humble love, We thank you all. We thank ourselves. We thank everyone in full faith. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You may gently open your eyes, or you can choose to keep them closed. It's okay. Well, I have to share something very, very, very close to my heart and soul. And it happened, I think, earlier this week. Yeah, in the starting of this week. So I think I showed this book that I'm reading these days. It's the book name is The Mysteries of Yesod, The Foundations of Spiritual Life. The author is Omraam Mikhaël and Hov. And when we read, or let's say when we hear, listen, like in any form, if some piece of information is coming, and if that piece of information is spiritual in context, and if it happens that when you're reading it, it is kind of making a lot of reflection and sense to you, to that extent that it really shooks you, like it really shake you from within. So I experienced something that while reading this, and this is chapter 8 from this book, and the title of the chapter 8 is Purity of Speech. So I'll just share because I'll share also why it is very important to me. So it started with a story that there is a story of the man who went to Muhammad and said that I have done something wrong. I have accused a friend of something he did not do. I lied. And now I am unhappy because I don't know what I can do to repair things. Easy, right? We all understood that story, no? So the man who was very unhappy because he did something wrong, he accused a friend, lied, and he was not happy and he wanted to repair. So the question was, what should I do? I've already made this mistake. I have spoken those horrible words and I'm very unhappy about it. So Muhammad answered, I will tell you what to do. Go and place a feather in front of every house in the city and then come back to me here. Person said, okay. So he went to place a feather in front of every house in the city and came back to Muhammad. And then he came back. So when he came back, Muhammad said, very good. Now go and pick up all the feathers and bring them here to me. So the person went back. And after a few hours, the man reappeared saying, there is not a single feather left. Sir Prophet, I cannot find a single feather. And then Muhammad said to him, now you know what happens to words. They escape, they fly away like feathers. You can never get them back. The man went away more miserable than ever. But that's one part of the story, and which is the truth. It's like the words are literally like those rockets or those arrows. Once they have left, uh, you cannot undo it, right? It's exactly like karma. What is done is done. You cannot do anything to erase it. You can just do so much good so that it does not strike back so hard. But what is done is done. So then Muhammad says, I like this author says, I would have added something more to that advice. If someone asked me how to repair an injury, a false accusation, a gossip, slander, I would tell him this. So the author is giving an advice to it that what, like once you have done that, what to do. So the author says, I will tell, now go and talk about the same person this time, enumerating his good qualities and virtues, his kindness, his good intentions, you can always find something good to talk about if you look for it. Now the question comes, will this absolve you from the fault you committed? So let's say I spoke something nasty about you, or I spoke to you something not good about you. And we do that very, very frequently. And the most hurtful part that I realized is that we hurt the ones whom we love the most. So, like we were talking, no, that the people who love us the most or whom we love the most, the closest to us are the one who can damage us. But often we forget that we also play the same role. It's vice versa, right? So if I'm the one who is really, really connected, you are very connected, whether I am a mother, I am a daughter, I am a father, a brother, a best friend, the very, very close. And then we have a lot of expectations because we are close and I love you and you love me. And then when the other person or the other party is not behaving or living in the way I want to, it's very easy and it comes very, very naturally that we start accusing, cribbing, criticizing. And the quality of a negative thing is that it keeps on going. Like endlessly, we can talk about the problem, but endlessly, we cannot appreciate. And that is the truth. I have observed it. Just think about it, right? If you talk to somebody who you daily talk to, most of the times it's what did not go well can be discussed for a longer time. But if you have to share something good happened, we spoke in a very, like, we literally say it and it's done. And we are not kind of repeating the same thing again. But if something did some mistake, someone did some mistake, we can endlessly talk about the same issue. Now, after a week, after a month, after 5 years, 10 years, to the extent that I have observed some people who are really, really old with age and they are still stuck with what happened when I got married. It's like, what happened to me when I was, and when I look inwardly, I am not different. I am not a saint. I do the same thing. Probably I am becoming more aware, so I'll try to do something about it. But I cannot say that I don't lie in the same category who find an natural affinity towards something that's not right. And I have to put efforts to think about something good or to talk about something good about somebody who is not doing what I want the person to do. Right? So the question is, when the author says that go and talk about that person, but talk about good things. So the question is, will this absolve you from the fault you committed? So for example, I spoke something bad, but now because I'm reading it, I'm understanding, I'm aware, I'm very aware of my karma. So now I'm talking good about you. So will it undo what I did? And the answer is no. Whatever is done is done. So no, it's too late. The words you pronounced have already reached their mark in the invisible regions, perhaps even in the visible regions, and had their effect. But by your subsequent words, you will create a different effect that will compensate for the earlier one. And when the karma you incurred comes to collect, you will be obliged to pay, of course. But right on the heels of that karma will come the result of your good words, and that will be your consolation. Again, the same thing. In the karma, like we say, no, we do not know what bad we have done, but if we try to do good. Now, here, this is something very simple, what I mentioned, but when I was reading it further, now I'll not just not quote from the book, but I'll just make it very direct. The author mentioned about the different layers of existence. Like all of us who belong to the spiritual or to the healing background or energy background, we understand we don't just have the physical body, we have the aura, which has the energy body, and then there is emotional body, and then the mental body, right? So it's like that's how we have the physical plane, the energy plane, the etheric plane, we have astral plane, we have mental plane, and they're all intermingled. So let's say if I have made a mistake in the physical plane, like words are very, very physical, right? Right. But then when I was saying those words, I was highly emotionally charged. And if I am the person who does a lot of spiritual practices, my thought forms are much powerful. So in that emotional gunpowder, like in those words which are, charged with emotional gunpowder and the power of the mind, the thoughts, the damage that my word could do to a person is multidimensional. Now, if I'm trying to rectify it, I have to be multidimensional, no, in the rectification. And then when I was reading this, the author also talked about forgiveness. And this aspect of forgiveness, I had no idea before. So, how we understand? I made a mistake. Then I understand I made a mistake and apologize. And you being a kind person, and let's say a smart person, you forgive. So, in the process of this, making mistakes, acknowledging mistakes, receiving forgiveness, doing forgiveness, one aspect that I was not aware of, like so enlightened, specifically, and it came is, so let's say if you forgive me because I made mistake, so your giving me forgiveness make you free from whatever happened. That's why we always say, no, that forgiveness is therapeutic and it is for yourself. Forgive so that you can be relieved from that and you are free from whatever happened. But the one who made mistake, who was receiving, if I have, like, if you forgive me, whatever I have done, is it undone? No. It is same like, even if you forgive me, that's not enough. It will help, the forgiveness helps the person who has forgiven much more than the person who has received forgiveness. I'm not saying it will not help the one receiving. At least that interest has stopped coming from that person. But whatever I have done, I have done. And I still have to rectify it. And then the thing is, suppose I have made a damage with my words right now. And I understand, I acknowledge, and I was like, oh my God, knowing this you did. And right away, I start projecting positive thoughts. Like if the person is even not there, let's say, I'll give you a very, very practical example from life. We have close contact with our children, with our partners, right? So we cannot live without, and we have to just take care. So in the moment of heat, we just said something, or let's say if I have problem with my parents, sibling, somebody who is very, very closely attached, and the person is not changing, and I'm feeling hurt, and I have the tendency of keep on repeating, this person never does this person is like this. I don't even want to utter, negative traits of anyone. We all do that, no? We keep on craving, and this person cannot change at all, right? So when I understand that my words are causing me a lot of damage as well, because it's creating a lot of heavy negative karma, and it is causing a problem, injury to the person receiving. So what I can do is, at least even if I don't feel whatever I want in that person, I start speaking. So I'm not there talking to that person, but in my mind, the moment the critical thoughts comes in and I have to speak, so instead of going about with the negative things, I am just saying, okay, this XYZ person is very supportive, he has changed or she has changed and is very kind, very loving. Even if it is not true, but I am projecting and creating some kind of positive image. So the same way my negative emotional outbursts cause a severe damage, these positive words will make me nullify, kind of, not exactly nullify, but help me reduce the impact of my injury that I have caused. At the same time, it will create a beautiful environment for the other person, which will give a healthy option to the person to change if the person wants to. Because a lot of time, when we keep on criticizing, even in the mind, we are making it even more challenging for the person to change. We don't realize, but our words, our thoughts, our emotions, they just attach to the aura, the energy space of the person, and it does not let that person come out of it. I'll tell you my personal experience because I make mistakes all the time. And when I learn something, I apply it right away. So this is literally I'm saying. So again, like anyone else like you, I have a small daughter. And for me, if somebody is too sad all the time or every time going low, it triggers me, my weakness. So, if somebody is like, what happened? It's not a big deal, try. So, God has blessed me with a beautiful daughter who tests me, triggers me so that I can improve. And I'm very grateful to her because of her, this knowledge makes altogether a different sense. So, before reading this chapter, I think 3 days ago, it happened that she was doing that something, and I had literally so much of anger, irritation coming because of that. So, I not necessarily said her directly, but in my own space, I was just kind of criticizing her negative traits. And when I was reading it, I really felt so deeply sad and bad that I love her the most in the world and I am damaging her the worst way, right? So you can understand the kind of conscious the words touch. So what I tried, I said, okay, let me correct whatever I did in the past, I cannot. So while brushing teeth, getting ready, like whenever in my space, I just started speaking those statements which I really wanted her, like taking the name of her and then that she is a happy girl, she is very happy, she is very joyful, and like all those and whatever I want, she is fearless and all that I want her, and all those areas where I feel I get triggered, I was just repeating those words. So she comes back after, like, she goes early in the morning and the school is really long, so she leaves around 6:30, come back around 4:15, 4:30. So generally by the time she comes back, the moment she would look at me, she would be like, oh, and all kind of tantrums. So the 2 days when I was doing that, I saw that she is coming. She had less sleep, and I was expecting that she would be in a bad mood. And she is coming all smiling and laughing. And I said, how was the day? And she said, I was very sleepy. But this is not the daughter which I knew 2 days ago. She is 8. All the 8 years, she is not the one. So, in my practical experience, I understand because I do spiritual work, my words have even more power. So, the damage I do to her is far more than anyone else. And she is my daughter, closely connected. So, if I say anything, even in my mind, it just touches deep down. So, in front of all of you, I'm just sharing sincerely because this is how the knowledge works. And it gave me such, and then I was like, oh my God, I don't have to do anything. I just have to correct my thoughts, and it is helping her. So, my 100% sincere testimony with the hope and faith that, there are two ways. Like a beautiful person mentioned that my heart is sinking listening to what I share. My heart sank too. But the thing is, all these teachings, the knowledge, and different scriptures also is not there to make us feel low or bad. It is there to have that genuine uh, understanding that, okay, this is where I have been going wrong because I did not know, or probably I was not, whatever excuses I can give, no, I did what I did. But the knowledge is always there so that now is the time when make the change. I just tried 2 times, like literally 2 times. And I'm not even saying that I was chanting it for long, hardly a minute or two. But what I did, the moment I feel I could get triggered by her responses, in my mind, I started speaking the same thing. So she is doing whatever in my mind. She is a happy girl. She is very easy to learn. Like she finds it very difficult to learn something new. Then so she is learning easy. She is a mathematician, so she struggled with maths. She is a mathematician. She loves learning. She's flowing with the language. All that I want for her, I was repeating, and I could literally see that the same places where we had not good experiences, she is the same person, but she is not going that down. Like literally experience from my 2 3 days back experience I was sharing. I saw a difference just when I corrected my mind. Now I really want to say that because it's a child. When it is for an adult, we are very adamant with our behavior. So listening to my feedback or my experience, uh, how to say it, do not start with that mode that I am doing and I will see an instant change. I was not expecting any change. Because the moment we say that I am doing this and now I am doing it with the expectations, my expectations is again putting another kind of burden on the person's, right? I am doing it. I am a very selfish person. I am doing it because I do not want to sow more negative karma. It doesn't matter. This is my way out. I don't want to feel guilty. I do not want to be the one who is hurting my own loved ones. So when you do it from that way, you are doing it in a way where you are not kind of, it's like, I am doing this, so you are bound to behave in a certain way. But then again, we are going in a different mode. I am doing that so that I don't get triggered. And it is a bonus for me to see her smiling and happy. But even if it would not have been, I would have still been doing the same because I know the kind of damage I had done, no more. So I'll try my best that as a caregiver, as a mother, I do the best for her. And now I regret, earlier if I knew this, I would have done the same for my father and all those people who I used to have complaints from earlier. But then it's never late to do the right thing. Okay. So I will share. It's a beautiful book and they are beautiful authors. I'll share the name again. Okay. It's the mysteries of Yesod. In Kabbalah, Yesod is actually the sex chakra, the sacral chakra. And it is talking about how it is the foundation of a spiritual life. But the kind of content and these authors like Torkom and uh, Omraam, they are the ones who come up with very simple words. So this is one book, like generally if I read an esoteric book, it takes me a little longer. I go slow. This is like, it's just making stories and it's very easy to just go ahead and I can just go back to it and refer. So I hope whatever words shared today, I sincerely hope that it helps everyone listening to start recreating your reality and the reality of your loved ones in a beautiful way. I will write in the chat the name of the book and the author. I'll do it. Okay. So that's my sharing, and I am very glad to share it. And I'm very grateful to the author Omraam Mikhaël for the wonderful understanding. So I just want to end this sharing with this statement that for me, knowledge empowers. So whenever I read, I feel okay, I can do something about it. And this is my strength that when I learn, I apply it. So I request, because when it is time to apply, a lot of us fails at times because it requires an inner will. No, we all are. It's like we all humans are in a habit is something that we are accustomed to do. So even when I know, and at that moment when certain thing is happening, I would still want to give up and go ahead. Thank you so much, Hassan. Yes, the mysteries of your soul. So it's like, please try, hold on to that inner strength and Just don't give up. And if ever there are moments where you made a mistake, don't hold on to it. Just correct it, just correct it. Project good thoughts, good words. And I think the purity of speech is so important because we believe or we understand that the entire creation is created by the sound, right? So there was a word, and the word was with God, and from that word, we all are created. So the words have the creation power. So if we cannot do anything else, so all those who are not healers and who'd say, I do not know techniques, and I am just a housewife and I just do cooking, perfect. While cooking, infuse it with words. Even not cooking, whatever you're doing, just make a point that sometime or the other you are sharing good words related to your loved ones, and specifically, like just the opposite of what I don't like about somebody, not thinking that it is true. I wish it gets true, and let me see how much power my words has. We never know, right? So when we are more experimental in nature, it makes our life very interesting. Like, I did not know what the result would be. I was like, okay, I am not concerned with what is going to happen. I just want to rectify my mistakes, because I understood by this time of my life that I just have control over me and nothing else. So the best in any situation I can do is change the way I live, I speak, I think, I feel. I just have control on myself. But it is wonderful to see that if I am changing myself, it is having a ripple impact. And the reason is, see, if I am being nice, if I am not getting angry with you, I'm not sowing any more seeds. Nobody's crazy, no? Why will you come back attacking? So the moment I am changing, it is but natural that slowly, gradually, the environment starts responding in a different way. I sincerely hope you all can experience that magic of words. Lots of love and gratitude for holding the space. This recording I'll share. It will be shared on Facebook and the Triangles Life, and I share it on the YouTube. So you can just go through my sharing again. I know some of you joined late, so we'll do a meditation, and all those who have written, don't worry. I will write in the chat the name of the book and the author. So let's have a wonderful meditation, and that's it. Thank you. Put your hands in front of your heart, facing outwards in a blessing position. We'll chant Om. 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 The great invocation. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light, love, and power restore the plan on earth. So be it, so be it, so be it. Om. 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 We'll chant the mantra Om Mani Padme Hum and share the blessings. Just have faith that as you pray and share, everyone whom you are most concerned with will automatically receive. Om Mani Padme Hum. May all sentient beings in the higher world, in the middle world, in the lower world, be blessed by the Universal Supreme Being, by Buddha Shakyamuni, by Buddha Kuan Yin, by Bodhisattva Mele, by all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. May all sentient beings be blessed with compassionate, purifying light and soothing, healing energy. May all sentient beings be soothed of their pain, sorrow, and suffering. May all sentient beings be blessed with good health, happiness, spirituality, illumination, abundance, and prosperity. May the mind of all sentient beings be blessed with divine light, wisdom, and discernment. May the heart of all sentient beings be blessed with divine love, with warmness, sweetness, and compassion for all. May the will of all sentient beings be blessed with divine power, with inner strength to do what is right and to refrain from all unwholesome actions and behaviors. So be it. Om Mani Padme Hum. To the Great Supreme Being, Parabrahman, we humbly request you to kindly bless all the angelic beings, all the invisible helpers, all the higher beings, all the teachers, the nature beings, the beings of light, love, and power who are constantly helping and working in the evolution, in manifestation of the divine plan. May all these great, great beings be blessed infinitely, indefinitely, without any exception. Om Mani Padme Hum. The Great Supreme Being, Divine Father, Divine Mother, to our beloved spiritual teacher, Master Choa Sui, to all the spiritual teachers, to all the great, great beings, gurus, messiahs, the angelic beings, the spiritual sons, solar angel, higher angels, our guardian angels, the angels assigned to the Triangles Blessing team, taking care of today's session, every Archangel meditation session, the beings of light, love, power, the beings of resources, connectivity, the beings of light present in our rooms right now, and all the other beings who have been there, who are there, and who will be there with us, helping, guiding, uplifting. We're very grateful for your presence. We're very grateful for your blessings, for your contribution at all levels. With deep gratitude, deep, deep respect, lots of love, we thank you all, we thank ourselves, we thank everyone in full faith. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to each one of you for being here, holding space, listening, and sharing. And I have shared the name of the book and the author. I'll share that. Yeah, I think you can see it. Yeah. So we'll share the recording and that's it. Thank you, and we'll see you next Thursday. Thank you so much.